Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. Also, the previous update is going to be in the top right-hand corner of this video right now. So in the description, I've got two donation links. If you want to support Ukraine and the Ukrainian refugees, you can do so by donating via the funds I have linked down below. Those are official websites. The funds do not go through me in any sort of way. So yeah, if you can do it and you want to do it, feel free to do so. Any support really is very much appreciated. So thank you all for supporting the channel, supporting Ukraine. Let's get on with the video. Jumping into the daily chart from TradingView, the Binance chart is represented here. As you can see, you have a buy zone down below with the Fibonacci retracement, the smaller one, set up with the targets to the downside, the extension levels here. And the last update that I did on Glmr was September 6th, and that was the bottom basically of the move. So we had a 33% move in 7 days. So on this Fibonacci retracement, we have rallied into the 786 at 61 cents. We did wick slightly above that level, but basically what happened here is we retested previous resistance or previous support as resistance, because back in August, as you can see, we bounced from this level to the upside once we dumped out of this rising wedge, which was a bearish continuation pattern. You dumped from there, bounced off of this level, you came up, and then you dropped all the way down here to the 1.272 at 48.41 cents here for Glmr. From there, you had a bounce all the way to the 786, and you retested basically this level here. As you can see, this was support in August, it's resistance in September. Above us, we had the golden ratio, and we had the 55 daily EMA, which I constantly tell you guys is a level that you should be aware of. Then we have this first sell zone above us from 60 cents to 54 cents. And this was a good area to take some profit, because as you can see, this level here, the 786, the exact same level, is the support that we bounced from in June, in July, and in July. And then we had even a wick here in the beginning of August. So as you can see, this 786 level here, this 60 cent area, is a very, very strong resistance zone from now on, because it was a very strong support zone previously. You see how that works? So a pullback here would at least take us to the 1.272, I would imagine. Like I have been talking, the CPI data came out and the markets dropped. Actually, just yesterday, I gave a very good hint regarding this situation on my Patreon. We're following a wallet, and the wallet gave us a very, very nice clue as to what was going to happen tomorrow, which is today. And basically, check out the Patreon. I'm not going to give away any more information, but Patreon is a great way for you to get more exclusive content, trade alerts, low cap gems, podcasts. You get your requests for videos and technical analysis. The link is down below in the description. So the 1.618 here would be our technical target, because obviously if you lose the first fib level, which is over here, right? Actually, no, it's not over here. It's over here. July 13th is the low. If you lose this low, you're targeting the 1.618, currently at 41.5 cents. Now, this area here is where I would actually consider buying some Glmr tokens. So if you are waiting for a potential dump, you have 3 buy zones that you could wait for. So obviously the 1.272 at 48.43 cents. Then we have the 1.414 at 0.4529 cents, and the 1.618 sitting at 41.5 cents. So all these levels are good support levels. Obviously below the 1.618, you have the 38.75 level, which is the 2.272 of the larger fib. Now zooming out to take a look at the larger fib and what's going on with that. So you can see we have the swing high of the larger fib in April, the swing low here in February. That gave us the 1.618 target, as you can see over here at 85.5 cents. We plummeted through that, back tested it as resistance, and then dropped all the way down to the second fib level. And as you can see, this is our second fib level here at 53.5 cents. So right now we broke down below that level once again. So we have to be looking for more levels to the downside. And let's say we want to lay another fib retracement to see what is the 1.618 target based off of this high and this swing low. I know it may get a bit confusing with all the fibs, but trust me, it's really not that confusing if you can differentiate between the fibs. I'm just going to remove that one so it's not very distracting. So basically this 1.618 of the smaller fib with this swing low and this swing high gives us the exact same 1.618 we have from this larger one. It's just how, it happens sometimes. You get the same fib levels even from different scales or different fractals. You get the same levels on the same in the same area. So the 1.618 here, I would say, is the golden entry opportunity for all of you GLMR guys. And personally, I'm not buying into the project right now because I'm dollar cost averaging into other altcoins. If you want to get my trade alerts, like I said, Patreon is down below in the description. So moving over to some targets for the future. Now, obviously, if we see a move into November, we could see a pretty strong move actually for some altcoins here. And one of the first targets would be the 1.618 from this large fib retracement. And I'm going to remove some of these because they are taking quite a bit of space, the price tags that is. So I'm going to remove those, and we're going to have this one. Okay, this is going to be our target for November, hopefully, if we can continue in this little uptrend here. If we don't lose the swing low that we printed in September, we could potentially continue with this uptrend into November, just like we did last year. Now, above the 1.618, we have the 1.414 at $1.09, and we have the 1.272 at $1.30. So these would be our mid-term targets, or November targets, you could say. So let's see if we can get to those, because these are really areas that we haven't properly retested. Yes, we did wick here to the 1.618 back in July, but we haven't had a nice little, proper back test of resistance. And by proper, I mean is that we come up to it and you close a candle on that level and then you get rejected. Here we just wicked to this area. So I would like another back test of resistance just to solidify this level, as a resistance. But if we do break above, you have two other targets waiting for you. So these will be our November targets, so to say. And obviously we could pump higher. No one knows, how bullish the move to November into November is going to be, even if there will be a move at all, right? No one knows. But I am speculating that there will be a move just like we saw last year. Also, the resistance trend line that I gave you in the last video played perfectly. As you can see, if you paid attention during the last video and you saw this high, you saw this second high, and you saw this high incoming, because it was the same trend line that we got rejected from twice. So once in April this year, once in July this year, and this time here in September once again, and you're coming back down. So I would advise you look at this blue support trend line here that we bounced off of in May, in June, and in September. So another bounce in September would be good, a good entry point at least, in my opinion. So if you're looking to enter, draw this out on your chart. This is the daily RSI, and as you can see, if you had this on your chart and you were swing trading GLMR, this would be a perfect exit point, right? So obviously there is a risk, but you don't enter the crypto markets and you don't swing trades if you're not going to be taking any risks. So you either hold for the next couple of years, or if you want to swing trade, then you're going to have to take on some risks. Now let's switch over to the Binance website. Moving over to the Binance website. So on the daily chart, you do have these 4 resistance levels. We did break through the first one at 57.35 cents here. We did go all the way above there, but we managed to come back down without hitting our next target at 65.5 cents. So you can, instead of using the fib retracements, you can actually target the swing highs and the swing lows, and base your levels based off the highs and lows. So here, for example, in July 13th, we bounced off of 57.35, and as you can see, that is our support. You also wicked below that zone in June. Next up, we have 65.34. We bounced from there in July. We bounced from there in July once again, and we went through that level in June. Next up, we have 69.78. We bounced from there in August. We bounced from there in July as resistance multiple times, in June as well. Then we have 76.88. we bounced from there in August, we bounced from there in July, and we bounced from there in June. So as you can see, these 4 levels are very, very crucial and important levels that we need to break through. And until we do that, or after we do that, I apologize, I should say that we're going to be targeting here $1.05 all the way up to $1.10 because this is the range that we still haven't retested. So as you can see, this is just a different chart with without the Fibonacci retracements, just so it's a bit easier for you to follow. Now we have the Stochastic RSI. As always, the length is set up to 28 rather than the default 14, as you can see. And right now we have been in the overbought. That was a great exit point for you based off of the RSI and the resistance of the RSI that we just looked at. This was a great exit point. And based on the MACD, we're getting a bit overextended on the MACD. As you can see, the moving average is getting far away from the signal line. So potentially if you see a bear cross on this, that would be your confirmation of the downtrend. Okay, so if you entered here September 8th, right, September 8th, you could have caught this nice move to the upside, and this was around about 30% move. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If I missed anything out in the comments, let me know, and feel free to follow me on Twitter. Feel free to join Patreon. It's going to be linked down below in the description. I'm a bit tired, so I might be stumbling through some of the words. I do apologize. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out.